probably the max for you all to do yoga. How do you guys feel about that? 2.5 hours is like too long for you all, I think. So, all right, let's get started. So let's begin today lying on the back. So come on down, lie down, and let yourself just kind of rest down on your mat. Yeah, let some yawns out. And let your legs go long. Let your arms come down by your side, palms facing up. And then as we arrive here on the mat, just kind of move your hips side to side. You can shake your shoulders out, maybe turn your head side to side. And then let your arms either relax out by your sides, kind of out into a wide V, or down along the length of your body. Go palms up. And then let your eyes close as you welcome yourself onto the mat, into the space. So preparing for practice here, and just letting there be a deep well of peace inside of you. Breathing in, letting go, full deep breath in, big complete sigh out. Inhale and exhale. So our yoga practice has so much to teach us physically about our bodies, maybe how we move, where we feel tight or flexible, where we maybe have a lot of range in motion, where we're a little more slow. And the body also has so many layers to teach us that we can kind of understand through our practice, about our energy levels, maybe where you are in the time of day or the time of year, season. So everyone on Zoom, you're just lying down on your back. You can relax here. So there's so much to learn and understand about our bodies and our practice. And then starting to kind of come to an acceptance and an understanding as we learn about our internal worlds as well. So allow yourself to rest here. Take a deep breath in. Let a big sigh out. Inhale and exhale. And really focusing on the breath, paying attention as you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Feel your belly rise as you breathe in and fall as you breathe out. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Breathe in. Let go. And then just scan your body now. Notice if you're clenching or tightening your hands or your toes or your face or your shoulders, and just allow yourself this time to rest. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breath in, big exhale. So a little kind of theme or inspiration for your practice today. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without Buddha. So remembering that this entire practice is so we may begin, not win. This is not a perfect, it's a practice. And soon it will feel more natural for you to hold peace and love within your body rather than reach for worry and separation. But you must begin and practice a little every day. Inhale and exhale. So today's class will hopefully be kind of gentle. We'll do a little flowing, but then kind kind of hold some longer postures to let this body really kind of rest and relax. So start to just kind of wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You can turn your head left and right. And then reach your arms up and overhead. Stretch your feet down low. So reach your arms up, your feet down, lengthen your body top to bottom, stretch. And then soften your back, bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest. Roll a little side to side. You can hug your knees in and release. Circle your low back around. And then to start, we'll begin with a twist. Let your knees drop over to the right, arms stretch open to a T, gaze to the left. Spinal twist. And then slowly bring yourself to center. Knees draw in, give yourself a squeeze, maybe release. And then drop your knees over to the left. Open your arms out to a T, gaze to the right. Maybe feel a stretch along the front of your chest and the shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale. And then come back to center. Knees draw into your chest, rock side to side. And then grab behind your thighs and start to rock a little up and down along your spine. Up and down. And then rock all the way up into a seated position. Come into a cross-legged pose. You guys are so far away. So far. Like all the way. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I get it. Just want to hide in the back, but the back row is also the front row, so there's really no hiding. So, you guys look how far away they are. They're on the other side of the room. They're as far away as possible. Zoom students meet present students. It's a weird time. Okay, so before we do any other movement, always remember, I think it's important to say this in every class, but some of you emailed me and told me like you're sick, you've got injuries, things are going on. If something doesn't feel right, just don't do it. Or if you want to do something else, if your body's like, oh, I think I want to go into child's pose right now, take the child's pose. So really listen to your body. So find a cross-legged position, and if you're tight, sit with your legs extended straight. Good. Bring your hands on your knees and start to circle your spine around like this. So gently kind of moving through your shoulders, your ribs, your hips, your waist. Good. Gently warming up the spine. And then switch and go in the other direction. So in every class, I always try to get us to move our spines in all 6 directions that move. So like front to back, flexion, extension, twist side to side, and then lateral side to side. Good. So sitting nice and tall, lift up, bring your arms down by your sides, and then inhale, stretch your arms out to the sides and up. And then exhale, float your arms out to the sides and down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms float out and up. And then exhale, take a gentle twist over to the right. So some of this should start to feel pretty familiar to you all. Inhale, lift, get tall. Exhale, twist, gaze back. Good, and then turn to face forward. Bring your right hand down, stretch your left arm up and over. So side bending here, really reach and feel that kind of stretch through your side legs. Good, and then rise back up. Bring your hands on your knees, round your spine, shift back, think like a seated cat. Good, lift up and then arch your spine, shift forward like cow pose. Good, and then come back to sit tall. Everyone uncross your legs and place your feet down, hands behind your back. Sway your knees from side to side. A little swoosh. And sway back and forth. A little swoosh. And sway. And then come center. Cross your shins, again, if you're cross-legged. And then if you're crossing your legs, notice which one was in front and see if you can do the opposite leg in front or legs extended out. Arms come down, inhale, float the mountain up. Exhale, easy twist to the left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist, maybe gaze back. And then turn to come forward, lower one arm down, one arm up and over to the left side, bend here. Really feel that length through your waist, your side, very nice. Good, rise back up. Hands on your knees, round your spine, chin to chest, shift back. Lift up and then arch your spine, shift forward. Good, come to neutral and with your hands on your knees, drop your right shoulder towards your left knee, little twist. Good, come up and then switch left shoulder to the right knee, twist. And then lift to center and again, kind of twist, drop your shoulder towards your knee and lift, twist, and lift. From here, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze up and then drop your shoulders down. Inhale, squeeze, lift. Exhale, drop. One more, inhale, squeeze, lift. Hold it lifted, and then circle your shoulders around, back and down, up, around, back and down, up, around, back and down, and then just forward, shoulders come forward, down, back, and around. Good, now give your shoulders a little shake, 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 shake. And then sitting tall, let your chin drop down to your chest, and we'll just do a couple half neck rolls. So roll your head over towards your left shoulder. Good, and then drop your head down and roll your head to your right shoulder. So just like you're drawing a line on your chin, on your chest with your chin, move side to side. And then maybe you circle your head all the way around, back and down, gentle circles for your head, your neck. And then switch to go the other direction. Gently kind of working out any kinks in your neck. Good, rise back up to center, sit tall. And then spin around to find a tabletop position, come to all fours. Spread your fingers wide, press down into your palms, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Begin to move your hips from side to side. Maybe as your hips go left, you gaze over your right shoulder and then switch. So feel kind of a lengthening through your sides, through your waist. Good, now from here, start to puff your shoulders up, chin to chest, then bend your elbows and drop your chest down to the mat. So kind of circle your spine up and down, side to side. Jalen, I see you on the MHU home site. Got a picture of you?
Oh, you're talking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
You caught us off guard.
what's your name? Jalen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It was a cute picture. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know him. That's my student.
Yeah, they like caught me and my friend off guard. They was like, hey, do you guys like walk that way? Turn around?
It was like a candid sort
Yeah,
of, not really.
all right.
And then circle the other way, up and down, side to side. Arms kind of bend and straighten. So creating some space in your spine. Good. Now from here, bring your hips to your heels as you stretch your arms forward, child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Arms stretch out in front of you. And then here you can rock your hips a little side to side. Maybe shift your shoulders. Maybe roll your forehead. And just know that this is a great place to come at any time if you need a break, resting here. Lift your gaze, come up onto your fingertips, and then walk your upper body over to the right. Feel a switch through your left side here, breathe. And then lift your gaze, come onto your fingertips, walk yourself to center, and then over to the left. Feel a switch through your right side, breathe. And then lift your gaze up on your fingertips and back to center, child's pose. Good, rise to all fours, tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Now we'll just take some traditional cat-cows. So tuck your toes, arch your spine, knees forward or up, cow pose. And then exhale, round your spine, cat. Puff the top of your shoulders towards the sky, tops of the feet press. Good, inhale, cow. Shrug your shoulders down, your back knees forward, maybe look up. Good, point your toes and round your spine, cat. Good, now come to a neutral tabletop position. So flat back, spread your fingers wide, really root into your knuckles, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. And if downward dog doesn't work for you, you can always be on all fours and table. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Start to pedal your feet out. Left heel lowers, right knee bends. Right heel lowers, left knee bends. Maybe move your heels and your hips side to side. And then exhale, draw back. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes and shift forward to a plank position, top of a push-up. Nice strong plank pose. Good, exhale, lift your hips up and back, down dog. Again, high onto your tippy toes, shift forward to plank. Now see if you can bring your left hand underneath your face, roll the outside edge of your left foot, reach your right arm up, side plank. Your feet can stack or staggered, lift. Good, come to center plank. And then switch right hand underneath your face, roll the outside edge of your right foot. Left arm reaches, press up, lift. Good, come back to plank, hold. And then drop to your knees, look forward, bend your elbows, chaturanga, yogi push up, and then straighten your arms. And then kind of shift your hips back. So I've said this before, but if you think about like a regular push-up that's out to the side, right? Like that's a regular fitness push-up. In yoga, you want to be drawing in, elbows to your sides, like tricep push-up. So again, come to that modified plank pose, look forward, elbows squeeze in, chaturanga, and then press up. And then lower, and then lift. One more lower. Come all the way to the belly. Stretch your leg back. Is your elbow okay?
It's kind of smooth.
Oh, okay. Good. Stretch your legs back. Stretch your arms back. Exhale. And then inhale, lift your arms, legs, and chest. Locust pose. So as you lift here, think about kind of strengthening the back. Maybe palms face one another. Good. Thanks, everyone. And then lower down. And just rest for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale. Now stretch your arms forward in front of you. And then inhale, lift your left leg and your right arm up, and then lower. Left arm and right leg go lift and lower. And keep going like that. This is a really great exercise to do to strengthen your back. So our back strength is related to our core strength, keeping ourselves really healthy, strong, and balanced. So if you're feeling back pain, this kind of strengthening exercise can really help. We might kind of initially think we need to stretch if we're feeling pain, but really sometimes it's like this weakness that we need to strengthen. Good, now bring your elbows to a cactus position by your sides, exhale, and then again, inhale, see if you can lift up. Lift your chest, lift your arms, maybe squeeze your shoulders down your back, and then lower down. Hands by your sides, tuck your toes, press up to all fours, and then circle your hips back to the left and right. Circle your hips forward to the right and left. Again, move to the side, circle back, side, forward, switch directions. Side, back, side, forward. Good. Find tabletop position, and then tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back, down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, let everything hang here. Maybe grab opposite elbows, let your head hang. And then bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Place your left hand down, reach your right arm up and twist. You can bend your left knee a little, straighten your right leg. Maybe you roll your right wrist a little here. Good. Right hand comes down, fold. Switch, right hand plants. Stretch your left arm up, twist. Maybe roll that left wrist around, bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. Good, left hand lowers, fold. Now bend your knees and slowly roll your spine up to stand. Circle your shoulders up, around, back and down, up, around, back and down, up, around, back and down. Give your hands a little shake, 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 shake. You shake your shoulders, give everything a little shimmy shake. Shake, shake, shake it. Good. And then with your feet hip width distance apart, lift and spread your toes. You can kind of look down at your feet, try to separate your toes. Good, lower, and then see if you can lift up onto your tiptoes of your heels, trying to balance there. Good, lower your heels, lift and spread your toes. Lower, lift your heels, come to balance on your tiptoes. Good, lower, bend your knees, kind of drop your weight back into your heels, shift a little forward and back. Good, and then a little side to side. And then come to stand nice and tall, shoulders lift up and back, chest is kind of lifted. Circle up, back and around, up, back and around. One more. Arms are down by your side, now bring your feet together. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Good, take your left hand to your right wrist, stretch up and over to the right. Good, and then back to center, switch your grip, reach up and over to the left. Come back to center, bend your elbows to a cactus position. Maybe open your chest, press your hips forward a little. Good, and then rise up and forward fold, hands in the mat. Maybe let your head drop. Lengthen your spine as you look forward, halfway lift. Fold in. Stretch your arms out to the sides as you rise all the way to stand. Reach up, lift up, maybe back bend at the top. And then hands to the heart, mountain pose. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower your arms down and inhale, stretch the mountain up. Good, again, take your right hand to your left wrist, stretch up and over to the right. Maybe you step your left foot behind your right, do a little bend and then straighten. And then back to center, switch, left hand, right wrist, up and over to the left. Maybe stepping your right foot behind, do bend, straighten. Good, back to center. Optional back bend, hips forward, chest forward. And then hands to the mat, fold. Heel toe your feet open for Malasana squat. So you can get your seat nice and low, heels in, toes point out. Maybe you drop your heels all the way down, hands to the heart. Good, feel that nice stretch in your hips. Maybe the low back lengthens here. Good, then hands to the mat, straighten your legs, fold forward. Lengthen your spine, look up halfway. And then plant your hands and step your feet back into plank position, top of a push-up. You can always drop to your knees if you need. Shift forward, bend your elbows, chaturanga. You can always come onto your knees again from here. And then all the way down. Rise up, cobra or up dog. Back to downward facing dog. And then see if you can hold that downward dog for 3 breaths. Breathing in deeply, exhaling completely. Full breath in, big exhale. Now see if you can bend your knees. Good, and then lift your hips up a little bit higher and press your chest back a little bit more. Good, nice. And now lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward and walk your feet to the top of the space. Good, walk your feet out into that squat pose, Malasana. Good, come down low, maybe drop your hips back, heels back, arms forward. Good, and then rise up, straighten your legs, arms lift, maybe back bend. Good, and then lower your arms down, circle your shoulders up, back and around. Bring your arms out and just kind of roll your wrists a little bit. Good, circle your wrists, circle your wrists the other way. Good, arms come down, circle your shoulders up, back and around. Up, back, and around, and then just circle your hips a little bit in one direction. Good, and then the other direction, gentle circles. Good, and then bring your feet together, hands on your knees, circle your knees around. And then the other way. Good, and then stepping your feet hip width apart, lift your right heel up. And then your left heel. So kind of like pedal out your feet. And then if you're here in the room, you can see yourself in the mirror. Notice if your ankles kind of tend to like buckle out. So you can keep everything going like straight to center. So athletes, this is like great training for you, strengthening your ankles so you're not like rolling your feet. Good. Now think about just picking one leg up, pointing your toe, and like spring up. You can bring your arms up, go lift and lift like a little march. And point your toe, gonna stretch the front of your ankle there. Good. Good. Lower your arms down. Now bring your hands into your hips, take a little bend of your knees, stretch your right leg back behind you, point your toes, and then squeeze and lift that right leg a little bit. Lift, lift. So bring your hand onto your leg back here and see if you can kind of feel those muscles contracting and working. So squeeze, lift, lift. Good, then bring that leg forward, lift it up, and then swing it a little bit. Good. And then other leg, point your left toes behind you, take a little bend of your right knee, and then lift your left leg up and up. You can even bring your hand onto the back of the leg where that work is happening. A little squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. 3, 2, 1. Good, now let that leg kind of swing, let your arm sway. Good, and then feet together, arms by your side, mountain pose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and forward fold, hands to the mat. Lengthen your spine as you look forward. Good, plant your hands and step your feet straight to downward dog this time. Good, lift your right leg up and back. And then step your right foot forward between your hands. Stretch your arms high, crescent lunge. Nice deep bend of your front knee, relax your shoulders down. We're just gonna do a couple standing poses. And then turn to the side of the mat for warrior 2. Shoulders shrug down, arms stretch out wide. Nice deep bend of your front knee, breathe. Good, now straighten your arms and legs. And then bend and lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. One more time, rise up. Lower down, hold. And then keeping your shoulders right over your hips, reverse your warrior. Take your left hand down your back leg. Right arm goes up and over. Good, rise up, extended side angle, right forearm to thigh, left arm goes up or over. Maybe you circle your arm down, around, and up. Good, rise up and straighten your front leg for triangle pose. Walk your back foot in. Good, stretch your arms out wide and then hinge forward. And then come down, lay your hands maybe on your shin, your ankle, your foot. Feel that length through your side. Good, rise back up, reverse, take it back. Good, and then come around to face forward, place your hands down, step your right leg back to down dog. Breathe in, exhale. Hold your down dog, or option to take a vinyasa, shift forward to plank, or plank on your knees, lower chaturanga, all the way to your belly. Point your toes and lift up, cobra or up dog, downward dog. Stretch your left leg up and back. And then step your left foot forward between your hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Good, drop your shoulders down. Nice deep bend of your front knee, breathe, settle. Good, and then open to the side of the mat for warrior 2. Good, look at where your left knee is going. See if you can kind of keep it drawing over the middle of your foot. Arms stretch out wide. Good, and then straighten your arms and legs, rise up. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, straighten, lift. Exhale, lower. Hold it low and reverse your warrior, take it back. Right hand down the back leg, left arm up and over. Good, rise up, extended side angle. Left forearm to thigh, right arm can circle, up and around. Good, rise up to warrior 2, and then straighten your front leg. You can heel toe your back foot in. Preparing for triangle, arms stretch out. Now reach your upper body forward and lower your hand onto your shin, ankle, maybe the floor. Good, rise up, reverse your triangle. Hand comes down the back leg, left arm goes up and over. Good, and then spin around to face forward. Hands come down. Left leg back to down dog. So this will be our last vinyasa. Shift forward to plank. From here, with your knees down, lower chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. And then back to child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, hips to heels. Stretch your arms forward. Let your forehead touch the mat. And then soften and relax. Breathe deeply. Full deep breath in. Full complete breath out. Now slowly lift yourself back into tabletop position. And then from here, keeping your hips over your knees, stretch your arms out in front of you for puppy pose. So think melting heart, let your chest come towards the mat, chin down or forehead. Hands towards the corners of the mat, relax and soften. Good. And then from here, lower all the way down to the forearms. Good, so lower all the way onto your belly and then bring your forearms down. Sphinx pose, pull your chest through. And then soften here, think about gliding the heads of your shoulders back. Lengthening the low back, pulling your chest through. Breathe in. Exhale. And take one more deep breath here. And then lower all the way down. Stack your forearms one on top of the other and let your forehead rest on your forearms. You can shake your hips out a little side to side or bend your knees, windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Deep breath in. Nice big exhale. From here, bend your right knee up towards your waist, keeping your ankle on the floor. So you're gonna keep that leg pressing down, just kind of slide it to the side. And then glide your left arm underneath your right. Yeah, and then you can keep that right arm reaching forward and maybe let your forehead come down to feel a stretch in the front of that left shoulder head. So now we're kind of moving into more of a yin practice, softening and relaxing. And then press your right hand onto your left hand. Gonna stretch your bottom arm away from you. And then from here, you're gonna reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and twist open to the right. And gonna let that arm hang and dangle and feel that stretch in the front of your right shoulder and your chest. And just kind of breathe, maybe you feel a twist in your back. And see if you can kind of distinguish the difference between stretching and sensation or pain. Feeling pain, just roll all the way onto your back. And then as you're ready, come all the way onto your back, maybe shimmy yourself a little more towards the middle of the mat, and then find this nice twist here. So arms open to a T, gaze to the right, right leg crosses over your body. And then roll all the way onto your back. Good, center yourself in the middle of the mat and then hug your right knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. You can rock your leg a little side to side, maybe draw in, release it. And you can also bend your left knee and put your foot down if that leg straight doesn't feel good. Good. Curl your shoulders up off the mat, bring your nose toward your knee. And then lower down. Now stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. Roll your ankle. roll your ankle the other way. Good. Now from here, flex your foot, walk your hands up the leg. Maybe you can even reach towards your toes. Pull your leg back in. Good. Lower your upper body down. Now open your right leg over to the right. So if you're more flexible, you can keep that leg straight and open it. Or if you feel more limitations, bend your knee and open it to the side. You can press your left hand on top of that left hip bone to kind of anchor your back down. And here you want to be feeling a stretch, maybe inner groin, outer hip, maybe even feel a stretch in the front of that left hip. Breathe. And then bring your leg back up to center, straighten it, and cross it over your body just a little bit. Flex your foot to feel an IT band stretch, outer leg. Good. Bring your leg back to center, maybe pull it in, and then let your leg stretch long to the bottom of the mat. Reach your arms up and your feet down. Soften your body, breathe in and out. And then plant your feet down, bend your knees, sway your knees a little side to side, back and forth. And then hug your knees into your chest, rock from side to side. You kind of rock up and down. And then as you're ready, roll back around to come lie on your belly. Let your forearms come down. And then glide your chest forward and your elbows back. So come up again to Sphinx pose. How does that feel for any of you? Is that like really painful, like stretching your chest, or does it just feel good? Good, good. And it's really important in our yoga practices to distinguish what feels like pain, especially if you've grown up with athletics. It's like go, 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 push harder. We want to really kind of find that balance and walk up to the edge and yeah, know what feels good and not in our bodies. So now bring your left knee up towards your waist, keeping your ankle on the floor. So kind of this like half frog position. And you can just lay down or stretch your left arm forward, leave your right arm underneath you. Maybe forehead comes down. You might feel a stretch in your mid back here, upper back. Just noticing. You can stay here if that feels good, or press your left hand onto your right wrist. Kind of lengthen for your side there. And hold there if that feels good, or stretch your left arm up and open it over to the left. And kind of hang there and dangle, that kind of like awkward middle place. Maybe you slide your right shoulder a little more towards the middle of the mat. But see if you can turn towards twisting open and feel a stretch along the front of your left chest, in your shoulder. Breathe. And then as you're ready, roll all the way onto your back into a spinal twist. So you might need to kind of shimmy yourself back towards the middle of your mat. Let your left leg come across over you. Arms stretch out wide, gaze left. Twist. Let your body soften and relax. So the deeper you can breathe, the more you might be kind of moving energy around your body. Better for recovery. Breathing in and letting go. move through the body, inhaling, exhaling. And then from here, roll onto your back, hug your left knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze, you're gonna pull it in, release, maybe rock it side to side. And then from here, bring your upper body up, bring your nose toward your knee, draw in, kind of squeeze. Good, and then lower down, stretch your left leg up towards the ceiling. You can always bend your right knee and put your foot down, or let that leg go long. Point and flex your foot, roll your ankle one way and then the other. Good, stay here holding, stretching deep, or walk your hands up the leg. Maybe walk your hands up to that foot, bring your nose toward your knee. Good, lower down and then open your leg over to the left. You can press your right hand onto your right hip and that leg can be straight as you open it, or bend your knee and open it to the side. And really feel and explore a stretch there in that outer left hip. Maybe inner groin. Just noticing. And slowly bring your leg back to center, stretch it up, flex your foot, so leg is straight in the air, now cross it over your body just a couple inches. So see if you can kind of notice and explore stretching the outside of that leg. Okay. And then bring your leg back up to center, and then stretch it long to the bottom of the mat. Center yourself on the mat, legs are long, arms down by your sides. Breathe in, breathe out. And now bring your feet together, stretch your arms overhead, walk your feet to the bottom of the mat and shimmy your shoulders to the upper left-hand side of your mat. So feet go to the left, arms, shoulders go to the left, and see if here you can feel a stretch through your right side. You can even cross your right foot over your left ankle or grab your right wrist with your left hand. And then feel a stretch here in your right hip, your right ribs, your right shoulder. Soften down that side. Good. And then walk your feet back down to the bottom of the mat. Shimmy yourself at center. Stretch your arms up and over. Reach. Good. And then walk your feet to the bottom left-hand corner of the mat. Shimmy your shoulders to the upper left. And then feel a side bend there. Right hand maybe grabs the left wrist. You could cross your left foot over the right. Feel that stretch down your left shoulder, left ribs, left hip. See if you can drop your left shoulder down, kind of soften your arms overhead, and just feel that length of your side. Yeah, that's it. Soften a little bit. Full breath in, full breath out. Deep breath in, complete exhale. And now walk yourself back down to the bottom of the mat. Feet go to the middle. Reach your arms up and overhead. Up and down, up and down. And then relax with your arms down by your sides. Hug your knees into your chest. Good, then one final twist here. Drop your knees over to the right. Open your arms out to a T and gaze to the left. Spinal twist. Belly twist. And then come back to center, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, drop your knees over to the left, open your arms to a T and gaze to the right, twist. Breathe, relax. And then slowly bring yourself back to center, knees draw into your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. Now lift your upper body up, squeeze your nose toward your knee, squeeze everything nice and tight, hold, tense, tight. And then exhale, release down onto your back. Your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. So get comfortable here. If you're at home, maybe bring a pillow underneath your knees or a blanket on top of you. You're just gonna let your arms come down by your sides, palms facing up. Let your legs extend down and relax. Take a deep breath in. We'll exhale. Just make any final adjustments. Feel as comfortable as you can get. Soften every muscle. Soften all effort. Imagine a gentle wave of relaxation washing over your whole body, taking your whole body deeper into relaxation. And feel another wave. Rest even deeper. Give the body permission to relax. Breathe in. Exhale. Rest and relax. Shavasana. Stay here in your body in this experience, just noticing, breathing, feeling. Notice and observe where the mind is. Feel distracted or just whatever sensation you might be feeling. Allow yourself to be here. Last few breaths here. Deep breath in. Big exhale. And now as you're ready, start to wiggle through your fingers and your toes. Rotate through the ankles and the wrists. Turn your head side to side. And stretch your arms up and your feet down. Lengthen your body from the top to the bottom. Stretch up and stretch down. Reach. And then soften all that. Let your arms go down by your sides. And slowly bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock a little side to side here on your back. Maybe shift up or down. And then roll to one side. Make a pillow with your arms. Kind of rest here. And as you're ready, press your way up into a seated position. Take your time to rise up. You're going to spin around and face forward. And keep your eyes closed or have a soft gaze on the floor. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. You let the eyes close. May each of you, through the practice of yoga, find the body in greater states of health, strength, flexibility, and well-being. May you find your mind in greater states of clarity, steadiness, and wisdom. May your emotional states find equanimity. May your spiritual state be one filled with compassion and love. May you have the fruits of your practice, and may you share them with everyone around you. Namaste. Namaste is just a word we say at the end of class that means the light in me, sees and honors the light in me. Looks like we got some sleepers. Did anyone fall asleep on Zoom? That was a 10-minute Shavasana, so it was like a good amount of time. It felt longer than 10 minutes. How do you guys feel? Relaxed. So we'll just do a little bit of lecture and I'll let you go. And please continue to do your meditation after class. Our class allotment is like 2.5 hours. So taking some of that time to kind of fill up and do some meditation on your own, whether it's on an app, Insight Timer, YouTube, or just on your own, kind of breathing and listening and noticing. Yeah, it's important. And if you ever, we should be meeting in person for the rest of the semester, but if you ever need to kind of switch to go online, or if you're going to miss class for any reason, just be sure to email me and let me know so I know. So let's just talk a little bit more about some yoga philosophy. So what is yoga? What does this word mean? So yoga is derived from the Sanskrit ancient Indian language root yuj, which means to bind, to join, attach, or to yoke. So thinking about in our personal practice, how we can connect our breath and our body with our spirit, our mind, body and spirit all together. So we use this to direct and concentrate our attention. To use and apply also means union or connection. So it's the true union of our will with the will of God is one kind of philosophy definition, and yoga is a timeless, pragmatic science evolved over thousands of years, dealing with the physical, moral, mental, and spiritual well-being of man as a whole. There are four kind of classic types of yoga. So karma yoga, raja yoga, bhakti yoga, and jnana yoga. So karma yoga means right acts, selfless action. We might think about karma in our modern aspect as like what goes around comes around, like karma's gonna get you, this kind of like tit for tat, like holy, like scales of justice. But in a yoga context, karma just means to give without accepting anything back. So if you're really gonna go volunteer at the polls, or do something nice for a friend, maybe like not even tell them it was you who did it without acknowledgement. So doing kind things for other people, so selfless actions. Bhakti yoga is loving devotion. It's also often connected with like music and chanting, kind of pouring from your heart outward love. Raja yoga is meditation, called like the royal yoga. Sometimes people say that's like the highest form of yoga. And jnana yoga is like the intelligence, like the inner wisdom, contemplation, enlightenment. So if you're really intellectual and love like studying and learning, you would go down the path of jnana yoga. So the purpose of yoga is that it facilitates dharma and brings awareness to a higher consciousness by strengthening, quieting, and controlling the mind, body, and spirit. And our dharma is like our life's work, our actions, our great actions, what our purpose is. A lot of people believe that like we're all individually put on this planet at this time for a reason. So, hi. Did you have a nice nap? Good. I'm not mad. I'm glad you got the rest you needed. So your dharma is like your purpose, like what you're here for, what you are uniquely qualified to share with the world. And we've talked about kind of the koshas, the layers of the body, the chakras, the 7 energy centers, the channels in your body where you might feel different things associated with different places. The yamas and the niyamas, so the first 2 limbs, the 8 limbs of yoga, those ethics, the steps to quiet our mind and merge with the infinite. There's also something called Ayurveda, which is kind of like the sister science of yoga. Ayurveda is an Indian health system, Indian medicine. It's called the science of life. And Ayurveda looks at a person in all aspects of their body. So if you were in India and you had like a sore shoulder and you went to see your Ayurvedic doctor, they would look at your shoulder and maybe scan and do x-rays, but they'd also ask you about what your diet is like, how your stress in your body has been, and pain. So like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the systems of the body working together. So it's kind of like traditional Chinese medicine, like acupuncture and herbs. It's yoga's version of that, Ayurveda, science of life. Now Ayurveda believes that everyone has a dosha. So a dosha is like a constitution, like your identity, and there are 3 main doshas, kapha, pitta, and vata. And we're all made up of different elements of all those doshas, but we all have one. We might identify with one the most, or 2. Kapha is about like earth energy, so kind of like a heaviness. So if you're like a bigger person, if you have like bigger muscles or bones, Kapha people are usually like very grounded in earth, like rooted, like steady and calm. So it's like Kapha energy. And there's Vata, which means air. Air, like Vata people are usually like skinnier and like longer. Like Vata means wind. That's the element it's associated with. So Vata people might be a little like really creative, but also like flaky and ADD if they're imbalanced. And then Pitta is fire. So a Pitta person also might be kind of like skinny and like really into like working out. Like a Pitta person would like to do like hot yoga, like run marathons, very like fiery, maybe like feisty in their personality and also in their body. Like they really like spicy foods, but that might not be the best thing for them. So you can go online and take a quiz, like an Ayurveda like dosha test to find out what element you are. And then from the lens of Ayurveda, you can learn how to take really good care of yourself through diet, different exercises, different practices like rubbing your body. It's this thing called Amyasa. It's like self massage with oils, and depending on what dosha you are, you'd use a different type of oil. So it's just kind of fun stuff. And there are a lot of different styles of yoga, which I'm sure you all know. You can kind of think about it in like the lens of like Christianity. You have Baptists, Catholic, Protestants, Unitarian Universalists, evangelicals, Episcopalians, you know, the Quakers, the list goes on and on. There are all these different kinds of faiths. So it's similar in yoga. There are all these different kind of styles that maybe come from different regions and have like a big teacher. So there's a yin yoga, which is what we did on Thursday, stretching, vinyasa, power yoga, Shivananda yoga, which is the first training I did, which is very kind of like spiritual. It has like one set of postures and sequence the whole time. There's Bikram yoga, like hot yoga, hot 26. Ashtanga yoga, which is a very vigorous, strong style. It's you do like 5 sets, the same sequence every time, and there's 6 series. And to go on to the second series, you have to kind of perfect the first series. And Ashtanga yogis are really hardcore. They practice every day except on like full moons or something. It's really intense, but really great to get strong. There's also Anusara yoga, which has to do with like theming and telling a story and alignment. Iyengar yoga is also another style of yoga that has to do with alignment and how to like get your body in certain positions. And so there are a lot of different styles of yoga, and I really think there's like something for everyone. And it might be nice to do like different styles at different times throughout your life. So that's your little philosophy for today. If you haven't voted, it's election day. It's November 3rd, so make sure you get out and vote and use your right. And then Thursday, we'll talk a little bit more about the 8 limbs of yoga, things we've gone over, and maybe do more of like the chakra system and general alignment cues to help keep you like healthy and balanced in your body. So that's it. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you all on Thursday. And you can always let me know if you want to work on something in class, if you're going to miss class, and make sure if you're missing class, you're making up classes by watching the YouTube videos. Oh, he's sound asleep. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like any yoga poses or